I hate the loading screen. Playing against me. I do have a stream on here just for playing at people on Twitch. Because you're random over the internet and you're doing a streaming service, they're not consenting to being streamed. And by the time they have the chance to ask if they're being consented to stream, it's too late. The game has started. It was made ahead of time. It's called Ginger Jesus Twitch is the name of the league I set up. There's only 3 or 4 people in it, but it's fun. So what I did is I went with a slower blocking team so that we can kind of go through blocking against a better blocking team. Because if you're having problems... Okay. Also, I've discovered that if you're faster than your opponent, it's almost always a good idea to kick to them. That way you have all of your guys on your defensive turn, and you can outrun them on your offensive turn. Because the last thing you want to do is end up with the ball on your half and have half your guys taken out. Do whatever you want. Yeah, that can happen. So whereabouts in the world are you? Oh wow. I drove through Canada once. Yeah. I'm in Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, I drove from Fairbanks, Alaska to Tacoma, Washington. Took 3 days and a moose went through my windshield. Yeah. So at this... Yeah, I was driving a Corolla. So at this point what you're looking at is your team is not as great as handling the ball as other teams. So getting some guys around the ball before you pick it up is a good idea. Set up all your defenses. Do everything you can do without needing to do a dice roll first. Yeah, just a couple. I mean, don't overcommit, but definitely understand that picking up the ball, you need a 3 or better, and you'd be surprised how often you can miss that. Now, I believe your catcher has sure hands. Your thrower has sure hands, so you have a free reroll to pick it up. But I have rolled 2... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, your thrower. Where is your thrower? Yeah, he's your thrower. Yeah, he's got sure hands. So 2 guys in the ball is probably a good idea before you try to pick it up. Excellent. Yeah. Now, at this point, because you're on that side of the field, you're probably going to run up that end. So you want to get some guys over there to help block, cover me. You want to mark some of my guys. Those giant dudes, those mummy-looking Tomb Guardians, they are scary. I get 4 big guys with no negative trait. See, if I was you, what I would do is I would take that dude and I would move him so that he was adjacent to the Tomb Guardian on the line of scrimmage. That way you can use your ogre to hit that Tomb Guardian, and you can use the other lineman on the line of scrimmage to hit my skeleton, and then just move the rest of your guys over there and try and set up some kind of a defense. Yeah. But move guys first that don't need to roll dice. So the order I like to do things is free, then needed, then risky. And that order can be manipulated according to need and risk analysis, but generally speaking, it's a good idea. And that guy there, you probably want to move him up a little bit further to mark one of my guys. He's going to get punched in the face. The guy you just moved and didn't move all the way up. Yeah. And then just move him to mark one of my... Mark somebody. Get him in my face. Yeah, get in my face, be annoying, make it so that I have to hit you to move. Because at this point, the 4 guys on the left wing, I may be slow, but there's nothing there stopping those 4 guys from moving. They have free movement of the field right now because you aren't committing. Because you can't win unless you get your guys on my side of the field. And doing that safely is probably the most dangerous. See, now you can do all the risky hits. Yeah. Yeah.
The attacker has an assist.
Oh, skulls are bad. Oh. If you use your left if you use your if you use your left analog stick, it'll move the screen up. Yeah, your left analog script. It'll move everything up quite a bit. See, at this point, even though... Sorry, at this point, because you've essentially tied up the line of scrimmage, you've made it so I can't move any of those guys. It'd be the left side of your field for me. It's the right side for me, the side with the ball on it. What you've done is you've made it so that once I get rid of this guy standing in front of my Tomb Guardian, those skeletons can go. Keep in mind, I usually play Skaven, so I'm used to faster teams.
That weedy fella's gonna get splatted. Oh, I'm excited, Jim.
That's not good. I wouldn't waste your apothecary though, unless it's somebody you actually need. Yeah. It's fine, it happens. Yeah, well, no, I don't even use it on the ogre, honestly. While I enjoy using big guys, I tend not to use big guys. I tend not to give them a lot of love or care. Oh, that's 2 going for it, so that is risky. So we're just going to move him here with 1 going for it and hope he doesn't fall down. And he fell down. I'm not wasting a reroll on that. At this point, I still pretty much control that side of the field, so I'm really not worried about him standing up or not. Also, skeletons are really cheap, and I could care less if they get hurt or die. Nope. That sucks. Alright. Well, I mean, he's got Loner, so you got a 50% chance of that reroll just biting you in the butt. So at this point, the best move is to hit the skeleton that's in your area. Move your ball as best as you can and try to cage it up.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Do you have block? No, you do not have block, so if you don't reroll, that will end your turn. Oh, because you already used your reroll. You already used your reroll on the, Yeah. So the biggest thing I worry about, because I do it all the time, is what I like to call emotional rerolls. It's when you reroll something despite the... Yeah, it's when you reroll something despite the fact that you don't need to. You want to. And sometimes, like what I'm doing here where I'm playing on the internet, it allows me to go back and rewatch my games. And it lets me go back and rewatch my... It also lets me go back and rewatch what I was thinking when I made certain plays. Alright, I need to free myself up. Nope, that's a 1-die block uphill. Well, that's an uphill block. I did not like that. That is a 1-die. 1-dies are dangerous. Avoid one dice blocks whenever you can, unless your character has the block skill.
This is going to be decisive.
See, at this point I'm breaking my own rules, because I'm attempting to hit you to free up my guys, and using my block dice. The problem with the bashy teams is that they tend to use a lot more block dice, and the more dice you throw, the more chance you have for rolling something bad.
This could be fun.
Like that.
Ball holder goes down.
So I'm going to take the both down. And that was bad for me.
We called that.
So what we have there at the front of the line of scrimmage is a quagmire. You need to get out of that. Either hit or dodge your way out of it, but you are in a bad place. Because because you got none of your guys are standing up next to the ball except for one. I got those guys covered. And because you have so focused on the line of scrimmage, I am in your zone with your damaged guys near the ball. So putting those two guys on the ground is a priority. Picking up the ball is a priority. But getting your guys off the line of scrimmage for later use is even more of a priority. Yeah. So, what I would recommend, actually, never mind. So, hitting your way off the line of scrimmage is probably going to be dangerous. I think your safer bet is probably dodging at this point, because you need a 3 or better to dodge, but you're going to need something better than that to hit. But that ogre is a good hitter. I fear ogres.
I might be able to get away with I might be able to get away with it
Mm-hmm. Oh, never mind. Yep. So, the guy right next to the ogre, the one...
These guys.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have been mine.
You're acting emotionally.
So if I would have let the reroll go, then he would just, I would just lost my move there.
Yeah. Yeah, he just would have done absolutely nothing and stood there. Which sucks, but it happens. And you have block and I don't. It's turn 3. I have 3 rerolls. I'm going to attempt to reroll that. There we go. Yeah.
It reminds me of the famous.
See, I was hoping for a cutscene, but that didn't happen.
But this time, no miracles.
So, getting the ball from you right now is actually more dangerous than I like. So I'm actually just going to work on your line of scrimmage. And try to push you back. Oh. Yeah, but he's just a lineman. No long-term effects. Even if you had an apothecary, I wouldn't suggest using it.
I'm just wondering, did I have the same number of guys as you did, like Successor King?
Yeah.
They throw in the
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 50% dodge you're getting out of there. Oh. That's not pretty for me. What about that? What's the dodge there? Is it still 50%? Alright, so we're going to do this so I can free up my guy. Yeah, that's good enough. I get to free up my guy with that. There we go. He can go here and blitz this guy. And then I free up my catcher. So I can go up there and try and take the ball from you later. Because you don't win by scoring on your turn. You win by scoring on your opponent's turn. If everybody just scores in their turn, the game ends 1-1.